Welcome back, viewers, to another news review time here on Jamano Media and Products. We first begin with our headlines. Health authorities recall 22,386 syrups. Defiant Juma acts out after standoff with Speaker. 2 Gambians arrested in Dakar for allegedly trying to secure Senegalese passport. Sabali unfazed by Jawara's $8 million defamation suit. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. According to Gambia's health authorities, 22,386 bottles of syrup have been recalled so far since the outbreak of the deadly acute kidney injury of infants in the Gambia. According to the authorities, the first phase recall commenced from the 5th to the 9th of October 2022, and in this phase, all paracetamols, promethazine and other cough syrups in circulation were recalled. That all products produced by Maiden Pharmaceuticals Limited were supposed to be recalled from all pharmacy outlets, drugstores and households countrywide during this phase. Cumulative cases registered since the outbreak of the disease is now 82, in which 50 are males and 32 are females, the report stated. Acute kidney injury has so far slayed over 70 children who are between the ages of 1 and 7 years, and health authorities advise parents and caregivers not to self-medicate their children, but should instead take them to the nearest hospital health facilities, that they should avoid all paracetamol, promethazine and other cough syrups, particularly those from Maiden Pharmaceuticals Limited. The health authorities advise that if these products are in anyone's possession, they can kindly surrender them to any Gambia Red Cross Society branch or to the health center near them. A chaotic starts extraordinary sessions of the National Assembly on the mass death of children from taking contaminated medicine, so the member for Banjul South, Fatoumata Njai, acts out and the speaker locked in heated argument with opposition members. Honorable Njai was sent out after she refused to withdraw her statement calling a claim by the Deputy Speaker, Sidi Njai, a lie. Honorable Njai had attacked the majority leader for hypocrisy after he seconded the motion on the extraordinary session, despite allegedly refusing to sign the request for the speaker to call the session. She said she will applaud the minority leader of the assembly because they made this sitting possible today. However, she was disappointed to see the majority leader raising his staff to second a motion that he was reluctant to sign for this meeting to be convened on this matter that affected all children. And now he wanted to show the world that he cares by seconding the motion. Honorable Speaker, I am ashamed because this is a matter of interest to the public and we should demonstrate to our peoples that we care. She, however, commended the Ministry of Health for acting very quickly to identify the cases and recalling on the medicines associated with it. Defending the majority leader, the Deputy Speaker, Sidi Njai, said, Honorable Speaker, I want to say from the beginning that the majority leader and a member for Kantora was never present with this motion to sign. Rather, it was a paper that was presented for him to sign to call for this extraordinary session that needs to be made clear. The whole process of the AKI issue was politicalized. At that juncture, a seemingly unhappy Tumanjai raised a point of order to say that the Deputy Speaker has not spoken the truth. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable just stood up to tell us something that is not true. That is a lie, Njai said. Even as the Speaker tried to bring her to order, Honorable Njai insisted that Deputy Speaker was lying. The Speaker then asked her to withdraw her statement, but she refused. Honorable Speaker, if a truth is said, I will say it's a truth, but if a lie is said, I will say it's a lie. I may be asked to leave the chambers, but I would not withdraw, Tumanjai stayed speaking. After that point, the speaker asked her to leave the assembly again. They want sanity in this institution and respect for each other. They are bound to have divergent opinions, and they should all respect them. They don't want statements like that here, the speaker said. At that juncture, the National Assembly member for Funyi Bintang raised a point of order against the speaker, who was quick to advise her to read the rules of the National Assembly because he, the speaker, cannot be observed. The National Assembly for Busumbala also intervened to say the sitting should continue and that the speaker should stop making remarks on members just like that. The speaker then asked him to come and take his place. I will not come and sit there, the National Assembly member for Busumbala insisted. The speaker further urged that the members of parliament should know better and limit themselves to his seat and leave him alone. 2 Gambians have been arrested in Senegal for allegedly trying to secure Senegalese passport, the Equity Plus newspaper reported. According to the newspaper, the 2 men's case was revealed by Commissioner Jibril Kamara, the director of the Police for Foreigners and Travel Documents, on the 28th October. The newspaper said the duo had turned up at the passport office with Senegalese identity cards in the name of ILO 28 and Ojang, born in 1998, with their photos and attempt to secure passports. However, after some interviews, the police doubted their Senegalese nationality as required by law, subjected them to an investigation, after which both admitted them that as Gambian citizens. The newspaper further reported that the duo then gave their real names as Aisonko, born in 1999 in Farana, Gambia, and Ojaju, born in 1998 in Birikama. Details that are different from the data contained on their purported Senegalese and national identity cards. Also, according to the newspaper, during the investigations, one of them, Mr. Jaju, confessed he is Gambian and that a certain Abdu residing in Morocco provided him with a Senegalese birth certificate issued by the Civil Status Center of the community of Juba Mosque. He said this birth certificate was registered at the Mbake District Court for the sum of 100,000 CFA francs, but added that they deceived the judge who issued them a birth registration authorization. His compatriot Aisonko told the investigators that the name ILO, which he used in the Senegalese identity card, was suggested to him by the same Abdu, and that he too used the same Tuba Civil Status Center to acquire a birth certificate. After their confession, the police conducted a search at their house, led by Commissioner Bara Sangor, at the head of urban security at the Central Police Station in Dakar, who discovered their real Gambian identity cards in the names of Ojaju and Aisonko. At the end of the investigation under police custody, the 2 men were referred for prosecution on charges of forgery and use of forged administrative documents and identity theft. In fact, the Senegalese passport is in high demand by nationals of the sub-region due to the fact that Senegalese has signed agreements with certain countries to facilitate the access of its nationals to these states. Though some people take the opportunity to fake it in order to have this document, but the director put in place the protocol which has seen them made it possible to arrest several counterparties, the newspaper reported. Business tycoon Abubakar Jawara has sued former Secretary General and now a prominent figure in the United Democratic Party for defamation, all relating to statements alleged published on his Facebook page. The suit brought by Jawara's lawyer is claiming damages for defamation, an order of $8 million is for special damages, and an order directing Sabali to issue an apology to their client, which should be publicly in widely circulating newspapers. Speaking to the Standard, Mohamed Sabali reacted, "I have been served a defamation summons, and solely this move is ill-conceived and malicious. It seeks to threaten and restrict a fundamental democratic, constitutional, and human rights value. That is the right to freedom of opinion and expression, especially on matters of serious public interest." He remained unfazed and even more resolute in speaking his mind about matters of public interest without fear of any malicious attempts to silence him. He is determined to robustly and vigorously defend himself at any level. In his affidavit statement, Jawara said Sabally on different times on the 11th of January 2022 falsely and maliciously published several defamatory statements about him on his Facebook page. According to Jawara, these words were intended to mean that he is among us those people supplying Gambians youth with illicit and dangerous drugs, saying Sabale's words were calculated to tarnish his character in society, affecting his business. These falsely published statements have wrongly disparaged me and by standing in society. The defendant defamatory acts have caused the public and the right-thinking members of society to think less of me, he wrote in his affidavit, stating that who had the publications will think that he is an unconscionable machinery who has into gun running and drug trafficking. It also states his son Muhammad Jawara also suffered rejection and belittling from his peers. The case will be heard in court in November. So, those were the stories. Thank you for joining us with your presenter Maria Magellan. Do have a wonderful weekend.